Hello and welcome to the Quantum Leap. I'm your host, Dr. Nirdosh Jagota. For more than 30 years, I've been on the front lines of the pharmaceutical and biotechnology industries. I've had the privilege of navigating the complex pathways of drug development, from the initial spark of an idea in the lab to the rigorous scrutiny of regulatory bodies like the FDA and EMA. And in all those years, I've never witnessed a moment as transformative as the one we are living in right now. We are standing at the dawn of a new era in medicine, an era that will be defined not by incremental improvements, but by a fundamental reinvention of how we discover, develop, and deliver therapies to patients. This revolution is being driven by two of the most powerful forces in science and technology: artificial intelligence and quantum computing. That is the mission of this podcast: to chart the course of this new decade in medicine, to go beyond the headlines and the hype, and to give you a clear, deeply researched, and actionable understanding of the technologies and strategies that are shaping the future of our health. And we begin today with the foundation of this new world: the rise of the AI-native pharmaceutical company. To understand where we are going, we must first be honest about where we are. For decades, the engine of pharmaceutical innovation has been sputtering. It's not for a lack of brilliant scientists or effort. It's because the model we've relied on has hit a wall. Consider the numbers. As of 2024, the average cost to bring a single new drug to market has soared to over $2.2 billion. The timeline? A decade, often longer. And the most sobering statistic of all: roughly 90% of all drugs that enter human clinical trials will fail. They will never reach the patients they were intended to help. This isn't a crisis of intent, it's a crisis of complexity. The low-hanging fruit of drug discovery has been picked. We are now tackling diseases of immense, almost incomprehensible biological complexity. And we have been trying to solve them with a process that is still, at its heart, artisanal, human-centric, and painfully slow. But what if we could change the odds? What if we could build a new kind of pharmaceutical company from the ground up on a completely different foundation? This is not a hypothetical question. It is happening right now. This is the AI-native pharma company. So what do I mean by AI-native? This is a critical distinction. For years, we have heard about pharma using AI. That's like saying a traditional bank uses computers. Of course it does. But that's not the same as a modern fintech company that is built on software, where data is the core asset and AI drives every transaction. An AI-native pharma company doesn't just have an AI department. AI is the central nervous system. It is the operating system for the entire organization, from discovery to development and even to commercialization. In this model, the most valuable asset isn't the physical lab space or the manufacturing plants. It's the data. Clean, integrated, and massive data sets that feed the AI models, which in turn generate insights that are simply beyond human capacity. Let's make this concrete. What does this new type of company actually look like? It's built on three core pillars. First, data is the core asset. In traditional pharma, data is often siloed, locked away in different departments in different formats. The AI-native company, by contrast, is obsessed with data integration. Take Novartis, for example, which has undertaken a massive effort to unify 9 terabytes of data from over 80 siloed sources into a single queryable enterprise truth. But the true masters of this pillar are taking it a step further. Eli Lilly, in building its AI factory, is training its models not just on successful experiments, but on its vast proprietary library of failed molecules. This negative data is a competitive moat. It teaches the AI what not to do, helping it predict dead ends and failures with an accuracy that models trained only on public successful data can never match. The second pillar is the end-to-end AI engine. This is about breaking down the silos between discovery, clinical, and commercial. Instead of using a point solution for one small step, the AI native company uses a unified platform that spans the entire value chain. The poster child for this approach is Insilico Medicine. Using their Pharma.ai platform, they went from identifying a novel therapeutic target for a devastating lung disease to designing a new molecule and advancing it into human clinical trials in just 30 months. The traditional timeline for that process? 4 to 6 years at best. This isn't just an incremental speed up, it's a phase change in the physics of drug development. Finally, the third pillar is what I call the lab in a loop. This is where the digital world of AI meets the physical world of biology. It's not enough to design a molecule on a computer. You have to make it, test it, and learn from the results. The AI native company automates this entire cycle. Companies like Recursion, which recently merged with Exscientia to create an AI powerhouse, exemplify this. They use robotics to run millions of biological experiments per week, capturing images of how cells respond to different compounds. This massive visual dataset is fed into their machine learning models, which then design the next set of experiments to be run by the robots. It is a closed, self-learning loop that operates at a scale and speed that is simply unimaginable in a traditional lab. Now you might be thinking, this is fascinating, but what about the giants? What about the Pfizers, the Roches, the AstraZenecas of the world? Are they simply waiting to be disrupted? Not at all. The AI arms race is in full swing, and we are seeing 3 distinct strategies emerge from the established leaders. First, you have the builder, best exemplified by Eli Lilly. They are vertically integrating, spending billions on their own proprietary supercomputers and manufacturing facilities, determined to build an unassailable computational moat. Second, you have the networker, like Novartis and AstraZeneca. Their strategy is less about owning the hardware and more about orchestrating the ecosystem. They focus on unifying their internal data and then making massive multi-$100 million partnership deals with AI native companies to access cutting-edge technology and offload risk. And third, you have the optimizer, like Pfizer and Sanofi. They are treating AI as a powerful utility to drive immediate, measurable efficiency across the entire enterprise. Pfizer, for instance, saved 16,000 scientist hours in a single year by using AI to automate routine tasks. Sanofi is targeting a 70% reduction in the time it takes to generate complex compliance reports. They are democratizing AI, putting it in the hands of thousands of employees to optimize every workflow. There is no single right answer. Each of these strategies is a multi-billion-dollar bet on a different vision of the future. But the common thread is undeniable. The transition is mandatory. AI adoption is no longer a choice. It is a core component of competitive survival. So we stand at a new dawn. The AI native pharma company is no longer a futuristic concept. It is a reality. It is a company defined by data, driven by end-to-end AI platforms, and accelerated by automated closed-loop science. This shift is forcing a radical rethinking of everything we thought we knew about drug development. It's changing business models, investment strategies, and even the very skills required to work in this industry. But most importantly, it offers a credible path out of the productivity crisis that has plagued medicine for decades. It offers the promise of developing better, safer, and more personalized medicines and getting them to patients faster and more affordably than ever before. This is just the beginning of our journey. In our next episode, we will dive deep into the scientific breakthrough that lit the fuse for this entire revolution, AlphaFold, and the quest to solve the 50-year-old grand challenge of protein folding. Thank you for joining me on the Quantum Leap. I'm Dr. Nirdosh Jagota.